This is the Alighieri, a Tier 3 Italian battleship. I got the battleship in an Italian Battleship Crate during the Pride of Prussia campaign. As with all the other Italian battleships in the main Italian battleship line, the Alighieri features Semi Armour Piercing secondary shells. But you do have to get within range to use those secondaries, and that can be an issue in standard sometimes. Also, the accuracy of the main guns might be a little bit suspect because there is not a historical Italian battleship commander. With that, let's get into the setup of the ship and the commander, who is Littorio. And here you can see that I have Littorio. It's an Azure Lane Wave 3 commander. If you don't have this commander, your only other option really would be Paulo Ravel. So let's take a look at how I have him set up real quick. Base trait is time is of the essence, quicken the reload time of your battleship's main guns. The inspirations are Andrew Cunningham for Concentrated Devastation, which increases the shell grouping of your battleship's main guns, and Robert Joujard Borer increases the battleship's AP shell penetration. And the skills, not one for the nuisance, reduces the risk of catching fire or flooding. Then I have Porcupine to increase the secondary battery range and shell grouping for any ship type. And then Firefighter, which decreases the chance of your ship catching fire and reduces the maximum number of fires to 3, while at the same time reducing the reload time of the damage control party, which isn't that great, but I thought overall the skill would be more useful than on second thought, which is switching between AP and HE shells. The last skill, the fourth skill, is Reaching Out XXL. Increases the maximum range of the main battery. And I have Will to Rebuild as a legendary skill. So if you don't have Littorio, this is your only option, and this is how I have Ravel set up. So let's go into Littorio and see how I have her set up. So base trait is Rosa Barbamento, reduces the repair time of incapacitated modules as well as duration of fire and flooding on your battleship. And then I have the same inspirations for Littorio as I had for Ravel. Cunningham, which will increase the shell grouping of your battleship's main guns, and Joujard, which increases your battleship's AP shell penetration. So this is the accuracy battleship commander for the Italians. At the moment, it is the only one available, so I've selected the standard accuracy build options for the skills. Flammable Cannoneer is the first skill. Increases the main battery range and shell grouping for your battleship, but increases the chance of catching fire for any ship type. The next skill is Gyrating Drill Bits. Increases the main battery traverse speed and AP shell damage of your battleship, but it is at the cost of decreased maximum speed. The third skill is Marksmanship. Increases the main battery shell grouping for any ship type, but reduces their rudder shift speed. And the last skill is Reaching Out XXL to increase the maximum range of the main battery. And the legendary skill is Fight Fire with Fire, removes damage overtime effects from your ship whenever there are 3 concurrent fires and reduces the fire damage. This effect can only be triggered though if your damage control party is on cooldown or fully depleted. So there you go, that's it for the commander setup. Alright, let's check out the upgrades for the Alighieri, and the first upgrade is Aiming Systems Mod 1. Dispersion of the main battery is improved by 7%, secondary battery range and its dispersion is improved by 5% respectively. And then we have the rest of the default upgrades here. The first one is Targeting System Type 4 Mod 2. Firing range increases 10% up to 13.3 kilometers. The second default upgrade is the engine, 130,000 horsepower. Maximum speed goes up to 21.4 knots. And the last default upgrade is the hull, the Alighieri Hull B. Hit points go up to 36,000, Torpedo damage reduction is 13% now, and the rudder shift time is 11.5 seconds. Alright, so let's check out the loadout. You have your ammunition, your high explosive shells, any armor piercing shells, which we'll get into in a little bit. Consumables, you have the normal damage control party consumable. The duration is 15 seconds with a reload time of 80 seconds, and there is an unlimited number of those consumables. And then you have 4 repair party consumables, which is great. This partially restores the ship's HP by repairing any light damage at the rate of 179 hit points per second. The duration is 28 seconds and the reload time is 80 seconds. And then you have the enhanced secondary targeting, which lowers the dispersion and improves the shell grouping for the secondary armament. The shell grouping is improved by 100% and the dispersion is improved by 50%. The duration is 30 seconds with 160-second reload time, and you have 3 of those consumables. I don't have any boosters set up right here, but there may be boosters going when we are in a battle. And the camouflage, I've created a Regia Marina Premium Permanent Camouflage maxed out to 4.5% with the sea detectability range and incoming fire dispersion. So let's check out the stats. Survivability hit points, as we saw, was 36,000. Armor is 13 to 280 millimeter. Torpedo damage reduction, as we saw, is 13%. Then the artillery, you have 12 guns. They reach out to 14.7 kilometer. Reload time is 32 seconds, which is a little bit slow. You want to see right around 30 seconds. And the traverse speed is 42.9 seconds, which is really slow. And the HE shell damage is 3,800 with a 23% chance of setting fire. Armor piercing maximum shell damage is 8748. And the secondary armament, you have 20 guns total. Firing range is 3.7 kilometers with a reload time of 3 seconds. And the maximum semi armor piercing shell damage is 2,800. And here are your AA defenses. As far as maneuverability, maximum speed is 21.4 knots. Turning circle radius is actually pretty good at 580 meters. Rudder shift time is 12.1 seconds. The detectability range by sea is 11.5 kilometers. Range by air is 9.6 kilometers. And the detection while firing in smoke is 9.2 kilometers. All right, let's take a look at the armor. Okay, you do see a lot of green up on the bow and the stern and on the deck. It looks like 25 to 33 millimeter. Let's remove the armor and take a look at the citadel. And you can see here that there is green armor on the citadel and orange armor on the top and bottom. So that green armor is 25 to 26 millimeters, and it can cause 356 millimeter and lower caliber shells to ricochet. And the 29 to 33 millimeter armor can cause 406 millimeter, that's 16-inch guns and lower caliber shells to ricochet. All right, but I still think the green armor, you're going to be vulnerable to getting citadel hits, so you do want to watch going broadside against your opponents. Let's check out the overview. The ship is fast. It's above average maximum movement speed and guns aplenty. A high number of guns allow for a lot of damage from a single salvo. All right, that is awesome. And you can see here from the configuration of the ship that regardless of the armor view, you do kind of have to go broadside to engage the 2 middle guns here in the configuration of the ship. So yeah, so it's a double-edged sword, I guess. So the Alighieri is the first Italian Dreadnought battleship. She had good speed for her ship type as well as unique positioning of her main battery guns, and that is exactly what we were just talking about there. So the ship entered service in 1913, and there was 1 ship in the series. All right, well, that's it for the setup of the ship and the commander. Let's go out in a standard battle and check out some highlights. All right, we're in standard, we're in archipelago. I'm checking out the teams here. It looks like just a few battleships on each side, mostly cruisers in the game with 1 destroyer on each side, and it is an aircraft carrier match. So Here I'm kind of checking out the Coburg and the Dresden over there. Those cruisers are going to be easy targets for the Alighieri. And so we're going to take some shots. You can see I am broadside to those cruisers because I want to get the two guns in the middle of the ship into action here. So you do kind of have to give a bit of a broadside if you want to get a full salvo of guns over on the enemy ships. So it looks like that was a big time miss right there. So that was just bad luck on that cruiser's part. But here there's a Kuma and a battleship back there. I am using this island sort of as cover. There's a Svetlana that is just sitting there and it looks like a great target. He's backing up. I am spotted by the aircraft carrier plane, so I hope that this ship is effective against carrier airplanes as the Andrea Doria was. I almost got a clear sky medal with the Andrea Doria, so we'll see how it's going to work out here. We do have 3 main gun hits for 5,500 damage, and you can see we are down quite severely as far as the points go and the ship count. We've destroyed 1 of their battleships, and they have destroyed 3 of our ships. So our work is cut out for us here, and luckily the Svetlana is going broadside. And auto aim says that we will get some hits. And there we get 2,800. We're up to 8,300. And both of those cruisers over there, I believe they are broadside. Yes, so these cruisers are broadside. So there I'm targeting the Kuma. That was a miss. Whoever took a shot, that could have been the airplanes dropping bombs on me. But it kind of looks like they might be focused on Calderon right there. But over here there is a Coburg that is trying to hide or snuggle up against that island. So I'm going to come around here and see if I can get a shot on the Coburg. And I am still being spotted by the enemy aircraft. And this is a great shot, a great broadside opportunity right here. And it was minimal damage from the Coburg, and there looks like I took half of his health on that one salvo. So if you're in a cruiser, you do not want to go broadside against Alighieri, because it will wreck your day. Especially if you have Littorio as a commander. But I guess we won't get into that right now. But the Coburg here is still broadside, and I'm hoping to finish him off right here. This looks like a great opportunity. Another salvo of 12 guns going over there, and he is destroyed on a single citadel hit, it looks like. Looks like 3 hits total. Might have been some overpens there, but we did get a first destroyed ship, and now we're starting to shoot down the enemy aircraft. So this is looking pretty good on the AA front. That's what I get for glossing over the AA stats when I was checking out the ship earlier. You just never know. Didn't look like much in the AA department to me, but I think we're going to find out exactly what the AA can do here on the Alighieri. And that Kuma is essentially taken out right there, 24,000 damage on that single salvo and 2 citadel hits. So again, you know, here is another cruiser that is going broadside to us, and we are severely down right now. We're down 5 ships on the blue team have been destroyed versus 2 on the red team. So it's sort of like, you know, we have to take matters into our own hands if we want to win the match here. And that was another miss by somebody. And the Kuma is still broadside. That was unbelievable. 1 minor hit took him out. Here is another Kuma right here. And he doesn't have much left. As soon as we get reloaded, we'll be looking to take this Kuma out as well. And I'm not really sure what's going on here with all these cruisers going broadside to the Alighieri. Maybe it's a bunch of new players. Maybe it's just my day. And so we're loaded up, and this is an easy destruction right here. Another citadel hit and a destruction. The Kuma never had a shot. Never had a chance, And here's a Wyoming, another Tier 3 battleship. So it's not going to be an advantage to either side, unless somehow Littorio and all the inspirations that we have, all the commanders and inspirations are ranked up pretty high. So maybe we can do something on the Wyoming. It is half health, and that was a big miss by somebody. I'm not sure if that was the aircraft bombing me or whether the Wyoming took a shot, and it was a complete miss. But you do see the red icons here on the airplane, so they are targeting me, it looks like. But we do go nose on to the Wyoming. It doesn't really make sense to take a chance. Could still deal us some pretty severe damage. So here, as he took his shot, I am going broadside to try to get him with all 12 guns. And it was basically another miss, it looked like. And we did get a bunch of hits right there. We're up to 63,000 damage. We have whittled down the red team a little bit. So we have 3 ships on the blue team versus 4 ships for the red team. And we are still behind those. So we still have our work cut out for us. So we're going to take a final shot here as the Wyoming goes behind this island right there. And let's see what that does. And it doesn't really do much, so that was disappointing. I do know that there is that Svetlana in front of us, so we're going to keep going toward this island in front of us and try to take out that Svetlana. I'm looking around. I don't really see anybody else. I'm looking for the Wyoming. I don't really see the Wyoming. So, okay, yeah, I guess we'll talk about the accuracy build commanders for the Italians. You know, everybody knows by now that there is not a historical accuracy build commander for the Italian battleships, and your only option is Littorio. So is it worth 5,000 doubloons or $20? I don't know. I guess it depends on how well you like Italian battleships and want to have some good performance with them. For sure, as I've said in other videos, Littorio does seem to bring the Italian battleships to life. And this match is really no different. This is quite a surprise, as you're going to see here as this match turns out. There I took a shot with 3 guns, 3 turrets on the Wyoming, and got a massive amount of damage and a 4th destruction. So now we are definitely looking for a Kraken. The Svetlana has a little over half his health left. The aircraft carrier planes are continuing to attack, and we are up to 7 destroyed aircraft. 8 destroyed aircraft. So now the Svetlana is heading for the border. So he's going to be probably okay until he hits the border and comes up against that huge barrier. He's going to be mired in quicksand or mud, isn't going to be able to move around very much. We do have 76,000 damage already in this Tier 3 Alighieri. So as far as I'm concerned, that is a pretty good score right there. We do have 11 aircraft destroyed. So we are moving closer to a clear sky medal. And we are even on ships, and we have taken the lead at the moment. But it is a small lead, not much of a lead. They are starting to capture our base, so this is still definitely way up in the air. And there you see the traverse speed on the main gun turrets being so slow they couldn't keep up with the quickness of the way that the ship was turning. So there we are whittling away the Svetlana. Got a few more hits there. 81,000 damage. And I am going in this direction because I want to get all the guns on the Svetlana. There, looks like he did run up against the border there. So this should be an easy target right here. And there we take another shot. Hopefully this will do it. No, not quite, but it was 6,000 damage. 88,000 damage now. And they are still coming after us. So we have 13 destroyed aircraft. Not much left on the Svetlana. Aircraft are swarming all around. They're trying to take out the Alighieri here in a desperate measure, it seems like. But we are going to, hopefully, this is going to be one last shot at the Svetlana, and we get him. And we do get the Kraken Unleash medal with a 5th destroyed ship. That is awesome. 90,711 damage. The only ship left is the aircraft carrier. So it kind of looks like we did take matters into our own hands, and we will easily win this match. So, all right, we have 15 destroyed aircraft. They're still coming after us. I'm going to go toward the aircraft carrier and see if I could attract their aircraft. Maybe get that clear sky medal. Just need 5 more. They are coming after us, but there is only 45 seconds left in the match. It was a big miss on that bomb drop there, so they're having some bad luck targeting the Alighieri. Got 24 seconds to get that clear sky medal. Okay, so we got 16 destroyed aircraft, 17 destroyed aircraft. And that's why I'm not shooting the aircraft carrier. I think there was a Langley. I want them to launch more aircraft so I can possibly shoot them down. And alright, well, the match is ended. We didn't get the clear sky medal, but we did come close. Now, it was a big time victory for the Alighieri. 197,000 credits. 90,000 total damage with 50 main gun hits, 18 aircraft shot down, 5 destroyed ships for the Kraken, and 4 citadel hits. A Dreadnought medal, high caliber, and the Kraken Unleashed medal. That is awesome. Let's see how we did on the team result. Alright, well, first place overall with all those medals, not a big surprise. 2,000 XP. Let's see how we did on the economy tab. And by the time it was all said and done, we cleared 182,000 credits. Well, that's it for the Alighieri. As with the other Italian battleships, I really like the ship. I wasn't really expecting much, especially at Tier 3 and from the main guns, because, you know, when the ships first came out, I had heard that their main guns were completely inaccurate, and kind of seems like Littorio does help out a little bit. So let's hope that they do come out with a historical Italian battleship commander in the near future. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.